Every American parent is seeing the exact same headline this month. If you have a newborn, the government is handing them a free $1,000 to start building early wealth. The core of that headline is absolutely true. For every child born between January 2025 and the end of 2028, the US Treasury is directly depositing $1,000 into a newly created vehicle called a 530A, or a Trump account. The immediate benefits look fantastic on paper. The funds are automatically invested in an S&P 500 index fund, meaning they track the performance of the top US companies. Major employers like Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, and Micron are even stepping up to match that deposit for their employees' KIPs. But the excitement has generated a massive misconception online. People are treating this like a supercharged piggy bank, a flexible pool of cash that a family can tap into whenever things get tight. Treating this account like standard savings could cost your family heavily. This gift from the government is actually a highly restricted financial vehicle with very specific legal barriers. Let's clear up the biggest myth right away. This is not a rainy day fund for childhood expenses. The money is legally inaccessible while your child is growing up. It is locked completely away until they turn 18. On their 18th birthday, the account officially converts into a traditional retirement account. If they pull that money out before age 59 and a half, they trigger severe penalties, standard income tax plus a 10% penalty. The IRS does grant a few narrow exemptions to bypass that penalty. Exemptions include buying a first home, paying for qualifying education expenses, or starting a business. Without these exemptions, the trap stays shut. The fine print makes the intent obvious. This is a retirement account wearing a birthday gift wrapping paper. Then there are the viral wealth projections. You've probably seen the government's math floating around social media, claiming that a single $1,000 deposit will passively grow to $6,000 by age 18 with zero extra effort. Look at this hypothetical balance over 18 years. Hitting $6,000 relies on a continuous 10% annual return, but realistic projections expect returns closer to 6%. Compounded over 18 years, that small difference creates a massive shortfall. In those posts claiming this account will make your kid a multimillionaire, those models assume parents are also contributing the maximum legal limit of $5,000 every single year for 18 straight years. Compounding interest certainly works, but the viral map you are seeing requires perfect economic conditions and significant consistent family wealth to actually materialize. If your primary goal is specifically paying for college, we have to compare the Trump account to the existing gold standard for education savings, the 529 plan. The first issue is taxes. Any contributions you make to a 530A go in as after tax money, and keep in mind they are never tax deductible. A 529 plan, however, allows you to withdraw all the growth completely tax free for education. But financial advisors are issuing a much louder warning right now regarding how a 530A is legally structured. It all ultimately comes down to ownership. Look at how this translates to a college financial aid application. Because a 530A is held in the child's name, universities view it as a student asset, heavily reducing aid eligibility. A 529 plan is usually owned by the parent, meaning it has a far smaller impact on that exact same aid calculation. If college funding is the specific objective, sticking with a traditional 529 plan offers a safer, more efficient path than the new Trump account. So, looking at all these restrictions and tax hurdles, is the 530A a bad idea? Not inherently. Getting a free $1,000 and letting it grow in the market for 2 decades is a mathematically sound benefit. Time in the market is always an advantage. The problem is the packaging. It is a dedicated retirement vehicle for your newborn. It comes with real legal walls, significant tax trade offs, and severe penalties if misused. The right move for your family, whether that's utilizing the 530A, prioritizing a 529 for college, or opening a standard custodial account, depends entirely on exactly when your child will need to access that money. The headlines promise a simple, overnight windfall, but securing a child's true financial future requires navigating the reality of the fine print.